Good evening and welcome to Off the Line Racing. We are back for round six and it's time to head over to Azerbaijan for the Baku Grand Prix. But first, we've got the qualifying session yet to go. My name is Corey Brooks, back in the booth for a little surprise appearance here in D2. We're joined with me, the legend himself, who's been here through every season so far. It's the lanky one, or should I say, Lanky J95 as he went through the name change. How are we doing?
Not too bad. Very interested to see how today goes. So,
Brilliant.
yeah, the track, it's one of them tracks that can bite drivers. So we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. Baku street circuit as well, so grip is also very, very low as they try and get through the treacherous corners. Turn one, turn two, and turn three. Very tight, narrow corners you need to navigate through, so it can make things very, very tricky for the drivers. But not only that, in the race, drivers going to be looking to overtake into turn one, and that's where things get a little bit dangerous. So the race is going to get interesting. But before we go any further, qualifying's about to begin, so let's head over there and see what these drivers have got for us. Oh, it's not showing. Oh, there we go. A little bit of a delay in showing the game, but here we are. And all the drivers are sat there in the pits doing absolutely naught.
Yeah, no quit. Oh, I can see some movement.
Audio good. Nice one, Aiden. You are a G for that. Thank you. I did ask somebody in the Discord call earlier to let me know how the audio was. I haven't been able to test it. I'm using OBS now, so see how things go on. We'll move out from there, but we do have some cars taking it to the tracks. Nobody cares in the Audi, as well as Griffin, Dr. Steele, and Aiden all coming out. But looks like Nobody Cares is going to lead the way. I forgot my controls. It's been a while. Let's get that map up. Ah, but as you can see, the map being changed. There's no DRS going into this season. This is probably my first comm session on a 26 race. So this is also a new thing for me. You see the straight line mode replacing DRS. These drivers have this available to them every single lap. It's the boost mode that you will be able to get when you are within 1 second of the car in front. That gives you a little bit extra power to try and catch up to make an overtake. But imagine all these drivers are going to be trying to keep those reserves in for that final back straight where they come all the way down at speeds 340 kilometers per hour before they slam on the brakes and get into that treacherous turn one. And we're on board with Nobody Cares as he's just warming up the tyres, trying to get the car ready for what will be his first attempt at a qualifying lap. Hopefully looking to chase down a pole position, but championship leader Dr. Steele is the one to try and keep your eyes on. Will he further extend that lead and help his way in this Grand Prix session? But in qualifying, he needs to get pole to make all of that just a little bit more possible for him. Still on board with Nobody Cares. When is he going to deploy the battery? This is where things are going to get interesting before he's to check a flag. You can see how close the flag is to turn one, so you don't want to burn too much battery. You just want to build up a bit of speed because you want to reserve it all again for coming out of turn two and then try and build it all back up for the back straights and in some corners. But around turn one we go, taking a bit of that apex. Nice on the attack from Nobody Cares, but it comes into turn two. This is where you can get a little bit treacherous. You're prone to lockups on the rear, which can send you sliding into that barrier. Wing damage, something you do not want here in Baku Street Circuit. That will prove fatal. Costly on time if you try and push any harder. Can pick yourself up in one of these close barriers as we get around turn four. Now looking nice, calm and collected. We'll finish off that sector one. We're looking for a 34 time and it's not. He's in the 35.1s. You want to see those 34 sector one times. That's when you know you've got a good sector one and you're carrying a bit of pace behind you. But still on board with Nobody Cares as now it comes towards the treacherous castle section. Oh, nice and bonny on the entry, keeping it well away from that barrier on the outside, as we saw another car behind also following suit. I think that's Aiden behind. If not, then it will be Griffin in the Alpine. But still, Nobody Cares leading the way as we come down into sector to finish off sector two, I should say. Ooh, Clarton with the barriers there, a little bit of tip-tap, trying to keep it away from that wall. Don't want to scratch any damage. Comes out of sector two. Is he the fastest though? I'm not too sure. Griffin is nice and close coming up to the back of Nobody Cares here in Sector 3, but is it enough to get any sort of a Torrid slipstream? I don't think it is. You can see the gap is quite wide there now, but it did look a little bit closer on the maps. Nobody Cares powering down towards the line will set the time to beat as the qualifying gets underway, and it will be a 39.5. Griffin hits the line with a 39.7 exactly. God, I love a flat time. It's just so satisfying to the eye. As we see other drivers crossing the line. Steele goes 3/10 faster over Nobody Cares, able to find the lap when it was needed most.
A good banker there from Steele, 3/10 quicker than Snowbody currently, who I think would be one of his biggest threats here today, with how Snowbody has been racing recently. Obviously, he dropped down from Division 1, so he is capable of pulling out some decent pace when he needs to.
Adam jumping up to P3 there with a 39.6. We just caught the back end of that lap. Now is this Dizzle coming to the line. God, see, there was Drizzle and Dizzle, and that is quite confusing. But Dizzle hits the line with a 39.76. HCC 3 drivers in the 7s, and then those in front. It's not too far off for Griffin and Adam. Maybe Griffin can pull out a little bit more time as we get going into the second lot of runs. But for now, a lot of drivers invalidating their laps. Hillett, one of them. I did jump on board with the Ferrari just to see how Dr. Steele's teammate fares in this battle to make it a Ferrari 1-2 lockout, as Dr. Steele currently sits above the rest. But Hillett struggled a little bit, picked up an invalidation. So I wonder where he could have picked that up.
I'm thinking at the top of Castle. You know, as you come out of Castle and then there's that left-hander. That's one place I like to put an invalidation down if I'm going to. So that's the only sort of place I can really think of.
I think sometimes maybe turn 7 as well. Do you know, the tight right-hander before you come to Castle. You always want to try and cut it to get the better line, don't you? Sometimes you can cut just a bit too much. Turn 7 as well, a factor for what could be an invalidated lap. On board with Coston Amor, who's the leader of the next lot of runs as everybody ahead had set their times, and those on outlaps are still on outlaps. Don Amor gets himself going nice and bonny into Sector 2. Now, I didn't catch that Sector 1 time, but we'll watch as he comes around turn 7. Very conservative there, staying well and truly away from that barrier. Oh, a little aggressive though, coming into Castle section. That's what you want to see. Maintain all that speed to propel you up that slight little incline of a hill before you've got to harsh on the brakes again to carry it round to the right and left, and then flat to the floor all the way around before you harsh on the brakes again, bringing it off to finish your Sector 2. So far so good for Don Amor, not looking like he's clattered any barriers that we saw from Nobody Cares earlier. Only saw it though at the end of Sector 2 from Nobody Cares. Everybody being very conservative when they start Sector 2 because of how dangerous Castle section can be. You do not want to pick up any wing damage, especially through these fast final corners. And as we stay on board with the Mercedes driver, powering down towards the line with that straight mode active. How much battery did he have? Where is he going to place himself? It's a 40.6 up to P8. On board with Mirror 82 now, dispatching of Castle section where the Audi of Billy 1100 just closes hot in tail. Still on board with Mirror, harsh on the brakes, keep it away from that barrier, don't hit the curb too aggressively and catch that understeer, if not lift the front axle completely off the ground and complete loss of steering and into the wall you go. But as we come down to the final set of straights now, you've got to be very gentle on the steering, almost treat it like Eau Rouge and Radillon in Belgium. You want to apply as little steering as possible to try and not put too much aerodynamic load on the car and maintain all the speed possible. But for Mirror 82, for the McLaren drivers, where's he going to place himself on his first time lap in quali? It's P12 with a 141.5. I think that was Meza, or was it? No, it was Billy jumping up to the 39s. But Meza is also up there in the 40.5s, just behind his teammate Kev, the Slice. What a name. We jump on board with a Ferrari that invalidated once before, and he's invalidating again. So once again, picking it up. I'm thinking turn 7 though, or maybe definitely out at the top of castle section, bouncing over the curbs though. Oh, take it easy. This Ferrari's struggling.
He's definitely going for the Ferrari strat.
We'll have a look at Nobody Cares. You come up against a bit of impeding there. Oh, as he came down out of turns 3 and around turn 4, there was a Cadillac in the way. God, this is so strange. I haven't seen my first comp with the new cars. So I'm looking at the symbols and going, what is that? What's a Cadillac? But the Audi as well, because Nobody Cares. So I have driven the Audi a little bit. I don't mind it. Oh, he's hit Castle. Ooh, bounced off it with the rear tyre though. Well, he's fortunate that we don't have any more damage on from the settings. It's wings only and tyres, ain't it? So that could have been floor damage with the way he clattered off that barrier. Watch.
Yeah, they could have chose different colours for the Audi and Cadillac.
Got a crash?
On the
Oh,
map.
we got a crash!
It is.
He's out. He says bye-bye. Oh, I think we've got another guy in the barrier.
Or was it
What's the white cars?
Dr. Steele? That was Dr. Steele he's got, I think, because he's...
No,
pulled off.
what are the white cars?
No, he's
The
getting out the
Cadillacs?
way.
I think it was Jack.
White car is Cadillac and Hash, yeah.
I think Jack was in the barrier following suit with Hench, who's hit the barrier and he's out of quality. That's one driver taken out of contention for any sort of improvement. No time on the board. That's unfortunate. If Hilly and Pipe Tech can't do anything about it, then they'll all stay there at the bottom. Oh, Aiden takes a new provisional pole time. It's not by much though. Can Dr. Steele improve on that? Is Dr. Steele set? Has he set his lap or is he starting a lap? I didn't pay attention to that. But either way, we'll stay on board with the man who held the fastest lap for so long. As we close down to 7 minutes to go in qualifying, the Ferrari gets underway to try and improve on that and challenge Aiden, the Racing Bulls, who now takes pole position away. Oh, there's a Clark with the barrier. Dr. Steele needs to make sure his wing is made of steel to survive an impact like that. He's down on his delta, as expected. Oh, a little bit dangerous and closer. I'm not seeing any obvious visible damage on that wing. He may get away with that. Oh, bouncing off Castle as well.
He is pushing the limits.
He really wants to give it some. He's giving it the full beans.
He says he has been struggling with force feedback, so I'm wondering if maybe, hopefully that's not the case, but if that is any sort of reason he's not feeling the car as much as he'd like, or at all, but it could just be a simple mistake. I'm not making excuses for it, but I know he has been struggling with force feedback.
It's a little steering input he's trying to put on there from down the back straight, trying to show him the speed on the car. Especially when you start derating, as he does now, you can hear the engine start to bog down, he's run out of battery, but he does improve by 0.2. It's just enough to jump ahead of Aiden, but can Aiden respond? Aiden diving into the pits there, and rightly so. Adam looking to come back to the pits. I think we'll go on board with Dizzle. Dizzle coming down into one of the more treacherous corners. He's claimed a victim, but he will not claim this Haas driver. We'll see. He's down on his time. What about Hilly? Hilly yet to set a time on the board. I wonder, is this a double out lap or is Hilly actually pushing to try and get a time on the board? You only need to get in the 140s and you'll be up there challenging in the mid-pack. Some drivers have been struggling. Don't try and aim for that 39 time. Just get yourself a nice comfortable 40 time. Tell you what, we have one Ferrari absolutely flying, one Ferrari absolutely stinking up the gap. Oh, bouncing off the barrier though. Is Hilly the new Hamilton? Washed. Nice off fun and games. We're friends outside of the league. I'm not just calling him out because I don't like the guy.
Yeah. That is right, Hilly. Oh, he darts in the pit.
In he goes, slams the brakes, there he is. No speed in for him. Okay, we did have our late joiner, so Guerra, let's jump on board. That's an invalidation going very, very slow. Probably trying to recharge the battery though. There he goes again. Oh! Get out of the way! Is he going to the pits? What are you doing? Oi! What's your language? Hench. I've only just seen that in the chat, I apologise. But hey, language! Right, who's on a lap? Who's on a lap? Give us some entertainment. Jack! 4657. Can't count between 4 and 7, it seems. Oh, bouncing off turn 3. He's not the only driver we've seen do that today. Struggling getting on the braking point, trying to make the corner. You have to really commit to that entry and hope that the car is not going to hit the inside wall. That's something I've learned on my time in Baku City Street Circuit. Oh, there goes a Williams bouncing off the wall. Was that Pipe Tech in the background? Not sure. Could have been Alberto Tetris. My bad for language. No, you're good. I'm joking. I'm just joshing you. Tell you what, OBS makes streaming so much better. Right, it just everything seems to be running a lot better. I'm watching the stream replay back on my phone. It does just seem.
What were you on before Streamlabs?
Streamlabs, yeah, but I don't know if it's my computer starting to slow down or whatnot, or Streamlabs are on an update and it's no longer optimized. It's awful at the minute. Like games are, frames are dropping like crazy. I couldn't stream the new Halo, but I went on OBS and I could stream it perfectly fine. So, yeah, I think it's just Streamlabs is poo-poo-caca.
Yeah, I've heard a few people say that it's not been great recently.
Jack 4657 to the line, improves by almost a second, but it's not enough to get into that top 10. Sits himself P12. Alberto Tetris immediately. It's not Alberto Tetris. Who was it? Somebody jumped ahead. Who jumped ahead? Was it Kev the Slice? Was it Mezza? Somebody just jumped ahead. I wasn't paying attention. But Jack dropped down to 13th. He's lost another position. It's disaster. We're on board with the Williams of Alberto Tetris now, as he comes around that dangerous turn 7. Traffic in the way, slows down. Is that lap aborted, or is this a double out lap? Maybe a double out lap, trying to shed off some of that fuel. Try and get a bit more speed, make the car a little bit lighter. Aiden, what are you doing? Are you double out lapping, or are you just running another lap and praying for the best? No, I think that's a double out lap. I'm seeing flashing lights. Pench has left. Why is he left?
Yep.
Where have you gone?
An invite.
Where do you think you're going?
Invite is sent, so hopefully he can be back in time for the reset. He's got a couple minutes.
Currently on board with Adam until our pole sitter and contenders. Oh, is it the whoa? That was big. End plate gone. Adam's qualifying done and dusted. No question about it. On board with Nobody Cares around turn 1. Will we see the same mistake into turn 2? Nobody Cares sends it in. Is there a barrier to collect him? No, but there's debris in the way. Did he hit it? No, I don't think he did. No punches to come his way. Dr. Steele has also started his lap coming in behind. So we'll stay on board with Nobody Cares leading at the front. Can Nobody Cares do anything to try and challenge for pole position? As Dr. Steele in the Ferrari is looking like he's got that perfect start to extend his championship lead. But he still has 26 laps to survive around what is a very treacherous circuit in the best of times. Mezza, Mirror, Pipe Tech qualifying finished as we hit that 3-minute countdown timer.
He was close to validating then, but he's now on the run down the final straights. Let's see what he can stick on it finally. He's definitely eventually getting a valid lap in.
There goes Nobody Cares. Oh, easy peasy lemon squeezy Japanese into that tight treacherous corner to finish off sector 2, a 10th up on the Delta time. It might not be enough. It's a 10th and a half. I don't think it is. He needs to pull some more out of the back. Has he got the battery to gain extra speed? Because there's no more corners to help you along your way. The Audi's giving it everything, but it might be lacking the power. Down towards the line as Griffin stays in P3. Nowhere else to go for the Alpine driver. Can Nobody Cares jump ahead? No, he can't. Does improve by just shy of 2/10. Going to be kicking himself. He can pull more out of it. We'll jump on board with Dr. Steele as he's looking to improve on that time. Is it a 38? Yes, it is. By the finest of margins. Improves by just over a 10th. It's a 38.9. We'll jump on board with Aiden. Is he getting the tow? Is it enough? I don't think he is. He looks like he's down on his delta. But as he comes powering down towards the finish line, will it be anything to be? It's not, as Billy's taken P2. And he doesn't improve at all, does that Racing Bulls driver. That is your qualifying. Done and dusted. Dr. Steele, championship leader, locks out the best chance possible to win in Baku City, whereas Billy in the Audi comes up just behind Aiden in P3, lining up on the second row with Griffin, with Nobody Cares, and Adam. Drizzle, Kev the Slice, Dynamo, Ty Clear, doing out your top 10. We have Meza just falling short, and into the 40 times you see the gap in the distance. Alberto Tetris behind that. Hilly finally getting the time on the board. Only good enough for a 40.3, but it's an exact time. We love to see exact times. I'll continue with the final classification when we get it on our lovely screen. But so far, qualifying was interesting. Only one victim here in Baku City, and that being Pench, coming into turn 15, I believe it is. We're carrying on going down the order. As I said about Hilly getting that lovely flat time, you love to see those crisp, clean zeros. It's very satisfying indeed, with Mirror lining up behind Jack, Pipe Tech, Andres, Salguero, and Pench, who DNF'd early on and couldn't get a time on the board. Unfortunate for the Mercedes driver, and unfortunate for the Mercedes team. Only one driver in the top 10. They're going to have to fight very, very hard to get some good points recovery there. I'll bring you back to look at mine and Lanky's beautiful faces while we get this lobby reset well and truly underway, and then we'll talk quickly about the standings. But so far, being back in the commentary booth, 26 cars haven't disappointed in that sense. We'll have to wait and see how the race fares on. Actually, nah, what am I doing? It's time for Bosch.
Yeah, your favourite part. Well,
My favourite part. I almost skipped out on your weekly dose of Bosch. I'm not doing that. Nah, how can I do that? See, I've not been here that long, I almost forgot. It almost left me. No, we're having our weekly dose of Bosch. Who's going to jump the start and be the first to go into the barrier? Who will grace us with the first Bosch? Ready up. Just ready up. What are you waiting for? Let's go. Here we go. 3 red lights. 5 red lights. Away we go. That's an Aston Martin from the back who's gone away. Some drivers very, very slow off the line. And show us who's going to hit the wall. There's Billy Bosch, and he's gone. The tyre's gone. Mesmer goes straight into it. Oh my word. What? The sliding Aston Martin with a huge lip Bosch. Straight into the barrier. Here with Grace with Jack. Going straight on at turns 2. Beautiful stuff. Pench seems a bit confused on what's going on and takes 1 and 2 just normally, whereas everybody else is retired. There goes a Bosch from the McLaren of Mirror 82. Lovely stuff. We love to see it. Pench, what are you doing? Is that an AI?
No, I think he said he joined back in.
Oh, you need to retire. You're the only one left. Hit the barrier. Do something. Pench is new, brand new. Alright. Yeah, can you like fully crash into the barrier or retire from the Grand Prix? This is a lobby reset phase. Where the lobby resets, genuinely, and you all get reset in the grid. You get brand new tyres a lot. And we go again. Never mind, it was an AI.
Yeah, there he goes. He's AI. Oh, he was AI still.
Well, there you have it. your weekly dose of bombs. Brought to you by Captain at the Bosch himself. We're going to come back to the bombs booth and go over the standings. Well then, interesting, fun, spicy. Just what you want to see in every qualifying session. Dr. Steele to the top. Not what you want to see in every qualifying session because he's a championship leader. You want to see an underdog try and challenge it. You don't want it to be too easy for the championship leader. You don't want him to run away with it. But here we go at the standings and you can see for yourself. Oh, I've not set that up right. Damn it. I'll sort that out next time. You're going to see transitions now in between every screen because I forgot to do the connections and stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Dr. Steele leading by only 9 points was Griffin. Was up there in qualifying. I think he got P3 in the end or P4. Trying to close the gap down to your championship leader. Nobody Cares as well. Was looking pretty racy and pacey in the opening stages of qualifying, but he sits there third in the standings looking to score back as well. So much needed points. I think that's a 70. Was that 78 or 79? I'm looking at my monitor, and my monitor's not very good resolution. I think it says 70. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I think it is 78.
78?
Yeah.
Well, 78 then. He's 17 points ahead. That's not what you want to see. But all these drivers are trying to close up. Yeah, see, the resolution's very... Because it's small on my screen, because I've got OBS open. I can't really see it very well. It's not looking too good. What we see... Ferrari for Hilly, who's also not doing too well in qualifying here today, but did manage to at least get some form of time on the board, does not start at the back of the field, is on 38, 36, one of the other, 38 points, and is again looking to try and close up to Nobody Cares, but with the disastrous qualifying, it will be a fight for the Ferrari driver to score back some much needed points to help them along in this championship. Costamamo, the Mercedes driver, was only good enough for 9th in qualifying today. He's also struggling as his teammate crashed out in the early stages, so he's going to have to work very, very hard, but he's still only 1 point behind Hilly, as well as Ty Clear levelling out on that 37 points for the Racing Bulls. Robin West, who's in the Haas, 31 points in P7 with Meza just behind the Aston Martin. Nick Klaas is a reserve driver, not reserving here tonight, I don't think. I'm not seeing his name. Who's in ninth in the standings, but that's a good shout out to mention. If you're a reserve driver, you still classify in standings. A reserve driver can win a driver's championship, but by that point, you've probably already got a full-time seat if you score enough points to win a championship, unless you chose to be a reserve and then reserved in every race, but then we'll be asking you, why don't you just go full-time? You know, it's just one of those. But looking at Billy, who managed to jump up into P2 here. Beautiful way to start off the day. He's in P10, looking to score back some much needed points. I think we're at the midpoint now of the season. We're in 6. I think we have 12 rounds, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it 10? It might be 10. I forgot to put the calendar on. That's what I forgot as well. So I forgot the track map and I forgot the calendar. That's why my stream deck looks so empty. Alright, setting things up in OBS. Mentioned earlier in qualifying, things are still coming back to me. It's been a while. Okay, it's been a while since I've been in the booth. Outside of that top 10 in the standings, we have JB, Junie, and Aiden. Aiden looking pretty spicy here tonight in qualifying. He's looking to also jump ahead and try and get some much needed points. Just think a P2 finish here today with everybody else not scoring too high. I could see him well and truly in the fight with Meza, Robin, Ty Clear, and Dynamo. All those sat in the 30 points. But all it takes is one good race finish. Jack there in 14th with Adam just behind. Andres in 16th. Mirror, Sid, who's not racing, who's pulled a fast one at the last minute. Because it's Baku and he's, can't do Baku. Oh, saying that, I don't want to bring up the history, but you know why. He probably won't make it to turn 1. Pipe Tech in 19th with David Vey in 20th. Ashton the Brit, reserve driver, no longer reserving, I don't think, is 21st. And then Alberto Tetris, the Williams teammate, in 20th. The Williams really, really struggling in this championship so far. On to Constructors, where you get to see the random little transition once again. The Ferraris leading the way as expected, as they are both in the top 5 in the standings, scoring some much needed points. But that's not to say that the Audis can't do something about it now that Billy has jumped on the scene, and Nobody Cares is also a very competent driver to score as many points needed to help them along in the championship. Alpine sat there in third with the Racing Bulls in fourth. Let's not mention Aiden once again looking very spicy as we got going into qualifying. Could help the Racing Bulls along into jumping ahead of the Alpines, but Griffin, he's one to watch out for. He's an Alpine driver and he's looking to try and take the lead of the championship. If he can just get one good race over Dr. Steele, and Dr. Steele having that bad one, it's all to play for. Haas sat there in fifth, not too many points behind the Racing Bulls. Can they do anything about it to jump ever higher in the standings with Mercedes, who had a bit of a stinker in quali, also need to work hard together to get some more points. Cadillac just behind in seventh, Aston Martin in eighth, Red Bull, not the Racing Bulls, in ninth. It's because you don't see a Red Bull down in ninth. This I'm calling bias. Bias, I tell you. Red Bull's in ninth, McLaren's in 10th, and then the Williams having an absolute honker in the single-digit points down in 11th. But that is it now. We're done with the standings. We're done with me waffling. I've wasted enough of your time and kept you preoccupied while Lanky does the lobby reset. So you're not just sort of bored, sat there with nothing going on. I absolutely waffle nonsense for like 5-10 minutes while Lanky can do his job. And it works. You know what? It works out. But now we're going back trackside, and the race is about to begin ever so shortly. And we're back. Welcome back, Lanky. We've done everything humanly possible to get the lobby reset done as fast as possible, because we know the drivers get a bit antsy.
Yeah, and it's the sky's a bit grim. It's not wet. It's not, but it's not funny.
It does look a little bit grey.
I wonder if we are going to get anything.
Well, you know what they say, if it rains in Baku, it pours. So we'll wait and see how things play out here, because if that sky is any indication on what the weather is to be, you may see a spot of heavy weather on the way, because Baku, it doesn't just drizzle, it absolutely pours. But we're still waiting. These drivers have their toilet breaks and they get their setups ready. Apply their fuel loads. Will you underfuel? Will you overfuel? Do you reckon it's going to be a burner? Because we know in Austria it certainly was, but this isn't as fast as Austria. The laps are a little bit longer. You're going to be heavier and carrying more fuel regardless. But if qualifying pace is anything to go off for these drivers, you should suspect that it's going to be rather quick. How long does it take to set up on a strategy? Come on, man. Well, you've got your calculators on your laps. Are you literally adding fuel loads per lap up in a calculator? Come on, can't take this long. Lap 1 safety car incoming. Early prediction on from Jonesy himself. Good evening, my friend, and hopefully we don't see that lap 1 safety car. But you know what turn 1's like? We'll just wait and see how it all plays out. I'm fairly confident
lap 1,
that people can be
turn
brave.
1. Yeah, the turn 1 and then Castle in it, if they haven't sort of got into single file by then. It's one of those awkward places, but yeah, I can hear the countdown, so getting ready.
Perks of being on a console. You can hear that, I can't hear that for some reason. It don't beat. But here we go. The lights are lit. It is 3, 4, 5 lights. Grid is hot. The drivers are ready. Is that Ferrari ready to launch? It is all go, go, go. Will we see a repeat of IRL Ferraris? Does he get away nice and wide? Yes, he does. And immediately Aiden looking to try and attack her on Billy, but can't seem to get on through. Look at her. Everybody was 2 by 2. We now see a 3 wide moment as it looks like Tycho is going to try and get a little bit brave. Oh, excuse me. Alberto Tetris as well is trying to get a little bit hot on the rear there. Trying to make up moves. Don Ammo goes on through and defends that position harsh against that Williams driver as we go side by side with Adam and Griffin. Griffin losing some positions though and gets caught in a tiny little bit of a wheel hook from the Red Bull driver. Red Bull goes through. I heard a bang on the barrier. There's another bang on the barrier because nobody cares. Better pray that he didn't damage that fragile wing on the front. He's going to need all the downforce, and Griffin snatches that position back through. He was under attack heavily, but he manages to maintain that P6 has fell down the order off on the race start. It's not been too good for that Alpine driver. And as we look back to the front, Dr. Steele's breached the 1 second gap already.
He's using the best, the most of that free air in front of him while everybody else behind him sorts themselves out.
Looks like Beaver getting a little bit brave on his teammates that kept the slice. Doing a tactical retreat, his teammates faster. He's letting through. There he needs to hold up tight, clear behind in the racing bulls. Oh, bouncing over the curb there was Andres. Heavy. Really attacking the apex, putting all faith in the car though, not to slide out and hit that barrier. Take a quick little look at tyre assignments. Majority on the mediums, apart from Billy on the hards with Kev the Slice, Pipe Tech and Salguero, whereas Andres has opted for the sauce and playing it brave.
Ty getting through on both of the Aston Martins down that straight.
At the moment, Jack's in the pits. And that's ring damage, Jack's going to swap that out.
Yeah, heavy on the right hand side. Are we going to get the nose glitch? Yep, we're getting the nose glitch. He has no nose.
Ah, well then. I've never seen that before.
Welcome to F126.
I mean, he's got a floating front diffuser. I'm actually rather impressed. Well, yeah, as my first concession in 2026 cars, I'm not surprised. At least he's got some part of a wing, because if you remember, in 2025, he'd have completely nothing. They've absolutely got no score whatsoever. At least he's got his active aero. At least he can use that.
Yeah, you can see the end of his pedals on the front. It's so weird. It's always when they do a wing change.
How strange. How strange. Looking back to the front, Dr. Teal, 1 second gap. Has been caught. He wasn't done too much on the battery, but since nobody cares, they're making everyone Griffin, managing to retake position lost. Dizzle, hot on the heels of the front three, has been doing well to stay within striking distance, but here comes Billy looking to try and overtake now. He goes side by side into turn one, still side by side. Dr. Steele trying to defend it, and he does so, maintaining lead of the race. Good defensive posture there from Dr. Steele. It seems that those hard tyres from Billy are coming into play a lot quicker than Dr. Steele was expecting.
Griffin, who's just stopped for a new wing as well, so that will be why nobody managed to get past him at the S's before the long straight.
I'm looking at my camera angle, quite like that. I was on board, but like to the right, left hand side of the steering wheel. That looks like a really cool camera angle. Quite like that. I got a bit captivated then in that. I just sort of went quiet.
Zoned out a little bit.
Yeah, I just zoned out. I was like, wow, that's actually a really cool camera angle. I've not seen that before. I was on board with Billy, who's coming up in P2, trying to chase down Dr. Steele, and got a nice little beautiful angle coming up towards Castle and that. That was really, really good. I wonder, any closer for an attack this time? Are we going to see the overtake happen? I don't think he's got the battery this time. Closing, closing, closing. Not close enough. Ooh, a little bit of a rear end fender there. But not too much. Not picking up any damage on the Audi. It's still pushing on. But what this has allowed, it's allowed Adam to catch up to the back. There's still a 2 second gap, just nobody cares. He's struggling now to catch up, being outside of that 1 second of boost mode. All of these are just boosting away. Dangerous, of course, to the exit of turn 3 there. On board with Mezu, got his teammate behind his heels. Kept a slice. With a bit of a wiggle wobble on the rear end there from the slice. Slice of what? Cake? Slice of pizza?
I'll go with a pizza. at the minute.
When you go to a bakery, some bakeries call them slices. Yeah. A slice of what? I bet you're a sausage, bean and cheese slice anyway from Pound Bakery.
Oh, do you know, I wish they had them down our ways, the Pound Bakery. That brings back something from being up north.
Oh.
2 pasties for £1, I remember the days.
Oh yes. The chili beef was my favourite.
I'm a classic steak bake or even the corned beef, but they have to be hot corned beef, like fresh.
Oh, see, I like all the mad pasties, mate. So like Greg's do that katsu chicken bake. Oh.
Yeah, that one's nice.
Oh my god.
I agree with that one.
Oh my god. If Greg's ever did a chili bake or like a chili beef pasty or something, I would never get it. I'd be skint. Oh my god, I've just almost gone off and insane. Was that contact? Don Almodo been in a bit of contact. I missed that. God damn it. I think he was 3
yeah,
wide.
A couple that were starting there, looking down the grid.
Yeah, I think that was contact and Don Almodo's been left a sitting duck. One for the stewards room. I hope. I want to see that. Send me your tickets, my pretties. Some of them are quite funny, you know. I'm going to be honest, some of the incidents are so funny. Now, I know it's not funny, it's not professional for me to laugh, but I think, how have you got yourself in that situation?
Yeah. Some of them, you do think, how's that happened?
How's he done that?
I heard a bang then. I think that was Donamo. It was. He's gone in the runoff.
Oh no.
Of Castle, the entry to Castle. He's gone down into the runoff. I thought I heard a donk.
I mean, do you know what? Ooh. I mean, I don't know about the rejoin, but...
Yeah, it's an awkward place, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know about the rejoin light, but he's done well to take to the runoff and not do an I am stupid. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Very, very well indeed. Oh, Dr. Steele's leading the lead! Oh. Ah! It's finally happening! Go on, Billy lad!
Yeah, he's been patient.
He's been waiting that one out, lap after lap. Finally on lap 6. Maybe those hard tyres are getting a bit of an advantage. We saw Aiden locking up the tyres, going slipping and sliding into turn 2 in the background. I saw that in the corner of my eye. You didn't get away with that one. That was treacherous, but he did well to keep control of that lap. Billy's bridging a bit of a gap though. Those hards certainly becoming a denominating factor now. The Ferrari starting to slip away, starting to struggle, falling into the clutches of the Red Bull behind. Dizzle, he's also been patient, biding, waiting his time. Tyre management also a factor for some of these drivers. Will we see the half come into play?
Yeah, I think Pench has done a bit of a mistake as well. He's just come out of the pits, but they didn't change his wing, so I think he's forgotten to tell them to change his wing.
Oh no. That's not only going to affect him in terms of his cornering ability, it will also affect his straight line speed now with this straight mode.
Yeah, Dr. Steele's really backing off now. We've just seen he's falling out of that second. He's not going to have boost on this next lap. He could be under threat from Adam here.
I don't think it's that. I think he's just overused the tyre too quickly. He really tried in that first opening lap to bridge a gap. Those that have sat behind have been patient in the slipstream. They're not using as much boost as Steele. Steele now needs to think real hard about how he deploys to try and defend. You can see the hards was working in Billy's favour. I mean, Steele did bring back some time, but you've got to bring that into boost mode. And out of turn 2, he's just dropped the 10th instantly. Those hards are certainly working in Billy's favour.
Yeah, especially this stage now. I think the tyre wear's not too bad around here, but obviously the hard will still be better on the wear at this point.
Yeah, there you just brought me 1 second. If you can keep that broken all the way around so this finishes off his sector 2, it will hit that boosted detection point, but Dr. Steele outside of a second. So it's go time now for Billy. As Steele trying desperately to stay close to a second, if not within a second. As Billy's pushing the car through Castle Section, we're on board that spicy helmet next to the helmet cam. Coming up through Castle Section, that's a beautiful angle. I can't lie. It's an unbelievable angle to see through that Castle Section. What a view. As we get going, I think Billy may have done it. It all comes down to the next couple corners, and he's attacking them with grace. Dr. Steele, there's nothing he can do. He's going to be outside of that boost mode, and now he's primed and under attack from that Red Bull behind. Adam lurking, waiting for the opportunity to push on through. Will Drizzle follow suit? Drizzle. God, you man with your names.
It's alright. I did Grazzle last week. We had some Grazzle. Which was Drizzle, Drizzle and Gravel in one. That.
There we go. Adam Prime on the attack. Looking for a bit of a lock up there. Oh, slight contact. Sending to a half spin. As this allowed Dizzle to go side by side with Steele. No, it's not. But Adam will lose that position to Dizzle behind. That hat is being patient. There's a podium up for grabs. And he can certainly see within its clutches. Just let them make the mistakes and pick up the pieces afterwards. Beautiful stuff. It's almost as if you can see the future.
He is right behind. Dr. Steele is really struggling at the moment.
Oh, I think he used too much tyre too early. I pushed on that opening lap way too aggressively. Oh! Ooh, good save there from Dizzle, but it's opened the door for Adam now to go back through. Oh, that was a tremendous save. Somebody clip that. Unbelievable from Dizzle.
Not much room to do that around this track. He's done really well with that.
Fair play, kids. If you're on a wheel, fair play. Oh my word. That was fully snap 180, that. If you're on direct drive, I feel sorry for you. I know what that feels like.
Yeah, wrist breaker.
Steele, 2.5 seconds back. Billy left him for dust. That's got to be tyre offset. That's got to be a tyre offset. That is crazy times again. Unless Billy's just figured something out with a battery that nobody else knows.
Yeah, possibly. But if it is all down on tyres, he's got to make the most of this, what he can pull now, and then he's going to be on the better tyre come the end of the race.
Well, we see people in the pits. That's Aiden opting for an undercut strategy. Onto the hard tyres we go, no doubt, for the Racing Bulls driver. Onto mediums. Oh, that's Steele. Steele's at the barrier. Oh, no! Ooh, nail biting stuff. Still side by side as we get going out of turn 4, down towards turn 5. Someone's going to back out of that one. The hat is still keeping his foot in the door. Oh my word, this is brave racing, but Adam still manages to pull ahead and maintain that position. Dizzle getting very aggressive though.
Yeah, and then Adam having that snap, but gave them that little bit of contact, but he's going to snap again. Oh my word.
Jeez, how are they keeping it out of the back? He's ghosted, and of course the hat takes the opportunity. Says thank you very much, I'll slip on through. Nothing about it you can do.
No, not at that point. The car in front is literally snapping on your nose. Like, there's nowhere for you to go.
Banging off the wall, bashing, wall riding, trying to keep the speed. You don't want to lose out, as Adam's desperate to keep with that hat. The hat is outside the 1 second. I think he's lost out the boost mode to Dr. Steele. Dr. Steele can breathe a little bit easier, but he's 4 seconds back on the race leader. Wow, nail-biting stuff there. Beautiful stuff. Will we see any of that in the steward's room? Give me your POVs, give me your POVs. As here comes Nobody Cares. Slips through on Adam, says all that fighting has done me a world of good. Thank you very much.
Nobody's caught up pretty well. He was 2 seconds behind, wasn't he? And with these guys battling, he's brought himself right back in it.
I tell you what, the battling with these barriers leaves them alone.
Yeah, I keep hearing little taps here and there.
Leave the lads alone. The marshals have worked hard on putting this track together. Telling you, you keep playing with feathers, you get your ass tickled.
That's one way to put it.
If you don't know, Max and Paddy, get to know.
You know what you do in your spare time now then?
I have a collection of exotic bird feathers. Oh, we love the little in-between banter. When the strategies start to come into play and the race gets a little bit slower, you've got to make it entertaining. All in all, that was some interesting stuff so far. We jump on board with 5 getting a little bit friendly with that Aston Martin's rear. The Aston Martin following suit. I think that's Lance Stroll driving because he's missing a nose cone.
The car stopped. It was hilly. He's got going again now though, so all is good with that yellow flag.
Oh, I'll tell you what, nobody cares.
Yeah, he's making moves.
On the heels of Dizzle. He's going to look to help his team out. Is that a lapped cap? You've got to be joking.
It is.
Billy.
It's Don Ammo.
He's coming up on Don Ammo, who will be officially lapped in 11 laps. That is absolute madness. Oh, Billy. We're getting a bit friendly though with Barry R. Stay away from Barry. I know he likes to be a bit of a flirt, but stay away from Barry R. Looking back at the battle for P2, can Nobody Cares do anything about it? Not so much, not yet. Anyway, the strategy is still coming into grip. Some drivers will take a quick little look at the tyre differences now. See Billy on 10 laps with Dizzle and Nobody Cares on 10 lap old mediums. Kept the slice of pizza, slice of cake. You know, just the slice. Oh, there's a slip and a slide from Dizzle. Open the door, and Nobody Cares says thank you very much. I'll have that. Easy pickings, and it's an Audi 1-2. But as I said,
yes,
the
nobody would be loving that.
On 10 laps. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, somebody will be loving it. Obviously, he's on his joining this division a couple of races in. He's on his championship charge, shall we say, trying to get up to Dr. Steele, and this is playing right into his hands at the minute. And he's going to go early. He's going to go in himself after 12. 12 and then 14 on the hards. Yeah, I'd say now is probably the best time to get off of them mediums. We'll see where this, I was just going to say, we'll see where this puts him out with Dr. Steele, and Dr. Steele goes on through. He's going to come up behind Aiden as well.
Well, we saw Aiden go for that undercut strategy, so I think it works in his favour. So just now on board with the racing ball comes powering down towards him. Have you got the stream on replay? Are you watching it back?
Yeah, I've got it up on my phone.
How does it look? Is it stuttering in some corners?
It does in some places, I have noticed, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was. I wonder why. It's not from the bit rate. So not from the bit rate, fluctuating between 5, 9 and 6, 7. It shouldn't go over 6, which is very strange. Yeah, we'll see.
Ashton's going to love that. You've just put a 6-7 in there.
Oh my god.
Without even realising.
I'm gonna go into like video editor and mute that part of the stream before the VOD gets uploaded. I'm editing that out. You can actually suck a lemon. We're not having that. I avoid it like the plague, like the absolute plague. It is absolute just brain rot. But you know, I came across a video and had a realisation. For our generation, right, 6-7 was 21. But 21 had meaning. It wasn't just some kid saying 6-7 like an absolute.
Yeah.
21 had meaning because it was some like 6-year-old, 7-year-old kid, and he'd go, what's 9 plus 10? And the kid said 21. So it was funny. It had meaning. He wasn't this 6'7" malarkey. God, I'm getting old. I'll tell you next week. And here we see Dr. Steele now inheriting P3, also inheriting the race lead, the net race lead, as Billy and Kev the Slice are yet to pit. Behind him, Nobody Cares, but ahead of Aiden, which is exactly what Nobody Cares wants to be, because that is a P2 finish, my friend. Why is it not just 7,000 bit rate? Oh my god, it's so weird. In corners, it goes up to like 7,000 bit rate. It's so weird.
Yeah, it sort of does it more like as the car's gone round the corner and you're looking at the back end of the car.
It's so weird. I don't even know if I could change that now while the stream's active.
I mean, it's not too bad. Like, obviously, it's stuttering, but it's not like unwatchable stutter.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. It's so strange. Because it looked fine. Like everything is running perfect on mine. I've got the replay on the second one. Not the replay, like the OBS on the second one, and it's crystal clear. No stutters. It's showing me back exactly what my monitor is showing me. But then the stream itself, the only thing I'm noticing that's going a bit too high is the bit rate. The bit rate should not go ahead of 6,000. That's all Twitch can handle. It can only handle 6,000. But for some reason it's jumping above that. And that seems to be when it's stuttering most. So now I know what it is, I can fix it, but I can't fix it till the end of the stream. So like there we're at 6.2. As we come into the corner here now, it's jumped up to 7, and I bet it stuttered, didn't it?
Yeah, it's very subtle. That like it's little judders. It's not.
Yeah.
It's
I know,
not big
it's very
ones.
strange. I know, but I know what it is. It's because the bit rate's going too high for Twitch. Twitch can't handle more than 6K. It's 1080p, 60 frames, at 6K bit rate. Can't do more than that. It just doesn't stream right. Especially for gaming standards. If you're using like 4K and stuff like that, and streaming like Twitch will allow you to do 4K, then the bit rate needs to be higher. But we're not doing that. I have a 2K monitor, which is probably why it's trying to go above 6K.
Is that Hillian Jack?
Oh, I'll tell you what, Dr. Steele's in a bit of traffic there. There's an Aston Martin in front. Is it going to like Nobody Cares to back up with that? There's those blue flags are waving, and that Aston isn't moving.
No, Kev. He's on
oh, no, that's Kev.
hard tire,
That's
isn't he?
Kev. That's not Kev.
Yeah.
That is Kev. That's not a back marker. I thought that was a back marker. Never mind. Here we go. Dr. Steele to inherit P2, which means Kev is going to be a full pit stop behind now. That's not what he wanted.
Yeah, Steele's doing much better now. He's changed the tyres. Wonder if it's a setup thing when we see him sort of start struggling again towards the end of the.
I don't know, because
the
Billy's there with his teammate, and they were 3 seconds. Now they're 2. Now they're within 2. So they are catching very, very quickly on Dr. Steele, but that could be because of the traffic that Dr. Steele had to go through. No, look at that. That's another half second.
Oh,
he's catching. Oh, what's going on?
VSC, I think.
Oh no, he's dead. Who's died it? Brown bread. Somebody mince pied off the barrier.
A lot of people back close from 1st to 8th. Or 3rd to 8th.
That camera was amazing.
Bunched up there, so I haven't had that camera angle yet. I'm getting jealous.
It's castle. It's castle section. Whenever they come to castle. That's actually incredible. There's such a good camera angle that. Imagine battling and you're on board on that camera while there's like a battle for the race leaders and side by side in every corner. Oh. Yeah, BSC is over and we are back to green flags, foot to the floor and away we go. Any time lost for any of those drivers behind? Not so much. Kev the Slice, he's ultimately going to dive into that pit lane, I imagine, keeping it nice and tight to that inside wall, and in he goes. We'll now see the time difference between the Audis and the lone prancing pony. That one Ferrari leading the charge. He's got two Audis, the 4 rings of death, looking to try and chase him down. If you know anything about Group B rally racing, you'll know that those 4 rings mean business.
Love a bit of rally.
Oh, the Group B stages, mate. Before we cancelled it and all that, I watched replays of Group B rally. Unbelievable. That's when he was unrestricted. And it was far too deadly, so they banned it.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind going to a rally championship race.
Back Group B rally. Just do it. As Sheila Booth would say. Do it, just do it. Tell you what, I expected a bit more teamwork from these audio lights considering they're so close together to try and chase down this race leader. But we're not seeing too much in terms of team tactics or trying to slipstream or any of that nonsense. Oh no! That's nobody cares. As well as Adam Fuller's suit! That's a Red Bull and an Audi into turn 15. Nobody cares. Wing damage, end plate missing. What about that Red Bull? He's off as well. He's got critical front right side wing damage. That Red Bull needs to pit. But nobody's cares chances are well and truly out the window. There's no way he can maintain a good pace for that damage.
And he's going to go another lap and see what it's like. He's not darted straight for the pit.
Took the words out of my mouth, Jonesy, but I didn't want to jinx it. I didn't want to jinx it,
I read
mate.
that. Don't put the comms curse on it.
That's why I've mentioned that which shall not be named. Because they've done very well to only get one of those as well. Oh no! Jonesy!
Jones, yeah, we blame Jones for that. It was all going well till he said that.
Wow, wow, Jonesy. All he had to do was put it in the chat. That's chat curse, that. That wasn't even comms curse. That's chat curse. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The Welshman strikes again. Oh, and Dunham gets a drive through, and I think so does Dizzle.
Yeah, I saw the 2 pop up then. It's got to be a drive-through for Dizzle as well. Have a little look. Yeah, it is. Drive-through for both.
It is most unfortunate. Absolutely depresso espresso. That's all I can say on that. He's obviously going to have to try and serve that sooner rather than later for damage limitation, but he's not. He's staying out one lap longer. He's not. He's going in. Never mind. I'll be quiet. And in goes Dynamo as well to follow suit, I believe. That is 2 drive-through penalties served. 2 drivers speeding in the virtual safety car. That's your slap on the wrist for both of you. There you go. You get your slaps on the wrist. Naughty, naughty. There's a speed limit for a reason, people. Just to keep everybody safe.
Billy and Dr. Steele are now back at it. They were side by side then, and then Billy slotted back in behind you. Couldn't quite get past Dr. Steele.
Look out, look out. The Audi is about lurking on his prey. in the Revolut sponsored Silver Arrow.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the Audi livery.
It's boring, isn't it? It's bland.
Yeah, like it would have been nicer if it was silver with like red trim or something,
It's
just
the
instead of a red
RS.
blob on the back.
It's the RS colours, isn't it? It's black and red for RS and stuff. Like, it's just pointless. It looks awful. They've done it wrong. I would have like integrated the red with the wing. Like, by all means,
that's what I mean, like on the trims
two-tone
or
it.
something.
Yeah, by all means, two-tone it with the silver and the black somewhere and make it work. But the red's got to be on the wings, on the trims. What about your suspension arms, stuff like that? But as we look on to Billy now, looks to send a move on Dr. Steele. Dr. Steele absolutely powerless as they go side by side. He's done and he's ahead before they even get into the braking zone. That Audi is on a charge as they see the lapped car in front of them. I think that might be Jack. Dr. Steele looking for a send into turn 2. What are you doing? Don't be that guy. Be smart. You can do this. You don't have to kill your bot. Oh! See, just wait for an opportunity like that to arise. You've still got 7 laps to go. And I tell you what, Billy, he's looking a little bit loose on the rear, if I say so myself. He's brought his dancing shoes and the tread's wearing thin.
I was just thinking Snowbody as well with that wing damage. He's not falling off too badly. He's doing well to manage it at the moment.
And a bit of a Tokyo drift there from Billy coming in at turn 7. Here goes Dr. Steele. I wouldn't have done it yet. I would not have done it yet. You know it's possible. I think he's testing the theory. Oh, nobody cares in the barrier again. Yeah, I think Steele's testing a theory. If he loses the lead down into turn 1 the final lap, can he overtake again in sector 2? And the answer is yes. But you've also just taught your opponent that that is your strategy. Because Billy's gaining and gaining still, and he's going to retake that lead. And if it comes down to it, if that's the strategy you want to pull, it might be a drag race to the finish line. And I think in the end, Billy will have the upper hand.
Yeah, if he has enough battery at his disposal for that final straight, like he did that time, it could well be a dash to the line for those two. There's only 6 laps to go, so there's no major time for anyone to sort of break away, and I don't think they're going to. They've been close most of the race.
Yeah, keeping eyes on to this battle at the front where you see Aiden caught in a battle at the back, makes a move until Tetris gets on through, and here we see Kevin Slice looking a little bit racy and pacey, trying to get through, and Alberto Tetris as well. And can he make his stick as we get going into turn number 3? Yes, he can. Alberto Tetris doing well to avoid that barrier there as the Aston Martin fought his way through. We'll go back to the front as Dr. Steele and Billy still go on in this battle. 6 laps to go. Who will come out victorious? Your current championship leader, or the driver who would be the one to make a monstrous comeback in this second half of the season? Slight little tip tap there from Dr. Steele. You don't want to do too many of those, damage the tyre, and add on to the tyre world with a bit of a wiggle and a wobble on the back end of that Ferrari coming down at the final straight.
Yeah, it's sort of going to what I was saying earlier. But I think, like, is it something with his setup that he's just taking more out of his tyres than everybody else? Because Billy in front of him is on the mediums, so you'd expect Billy to start struggling on those soon, compared to the hard. I don't know how much earlier Steele stopped.
See, I imagine Billy now is in a tyre management. He's just trying to
there's
sort of
4
match
laps
the pace.
between them.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to match the pace with Dr. Steele, and at the same time not let him past. Oh, climbing off the barrier. You've got to be careful doing that, lads. It just adds to your tyre wear.
Yeah, and slightly the wrong angle as well, and it might cost you an end plate.
or if not the wheel itself.
Yeah. Tight closing on Snowbody as well now, with Snowbody having that damage, so Ty could be on for a podium if he can get there to attack Snowbody before the race ends. About 4 full laps left.
Billy still in control of the rest so far. Dr. Steele hot on his heels. Will we see this battle all the way to the checkered flag? I suspect so. But Billy's trying very, very hard, with the tyre offset is certainly keeping Dr. Steele's chances alive.
Oh, Jack's just gone straight on at turn 1. Locked up.
Oh dear. Ish. Happens to the best of us. Oh, Clyde off the barrier once again there as this battle continues between Dr. Steele and Billy. Looking a little bit further back now, Kevin Clyde. Can he get ever closer to Aiden? This slice of pizza, this slice of cake. Can he make it a piece of cake? Can we get past this Western goes well? Back to the front, looking on at Billy now. The Audi looking to try and put a stunt in this Ferrari's championship charge. All in all, so far so good. Still 4 laps remaining of this Grand Prix, and we shall see who is to be the victor. It can either be the Audi of Billy. Nobody cares picking up that damage. It's going to cost him some crucial time. He's doing very, very well to maintain P3 at the moment, but at that time he is slipping away, and Ty Clear is certainly rubbing his hands together, licking his lips and getting ready for battle.
Steele just hit the wall where Snowbody hit, and he has done what I said at the wrong angle, and he's now lost an end plate on that right hand side.
Disaster for the Ferrari. Can he keep it together though? I don't think he'll be able to. You can see how much it affects the straight line speed here. Oh, Steele's still trying to keep his foot in the door. Oh, wobble wobble, almost into the wall. The Ferrari doing very well to stay out of it. Very hard racing from these two, you love to see it.
Yeah, they've raced each other fair. Hard but fair so far.
Oh, Steele, trying to stick his nose in. Oh. Oh, he keeps tapping the barrier with Billy. Oh, and that's a big moment from Dr. Steele. Burley keeping it out of the barrier again. It could cost him more damage to his wing if he's not careful. But Billy now on the hunt, on the prowl. He's struggling a little bit with those tyres. The mediums are starting to slip away. Can he survive 3 more laps? As Dr. Steele now certainly has the upper hand. However, missing that end plate, he's going to struggle in some of the slower speed corners. Still banging, you can still hear it lap after lap. The tyres bouncing off the barriers. But this fight still continues, and we're about to get going on lap 24, including 24. You'll have 3 laps of this Grand Prix remaining, and a battle of titans is yet to commence. Still nothing to come yet. Billy's getting closer, closer, closer still. Is this the move? Is this the moment? He's going side by side now as we get going out of turn 2 and down on the straight towards turn 3. That straight mode doing all the work, but it's just not enough battery to keep the power going and push on through. Looking to try and do the up and under. Coming around the inside. No open door just yet. Dr. Steele still leading. Billy will have to try it for one more time. As the laps count down, you're running out of time to do so. Ghosty car in front, that's just the laps car, could be Andres. 4 drivers retired from the Grand Prix. I think they're all in the pits as well.
Oh!
Oh, that's a big moment there from
Yeah,
Billy.
that was a big snap.
That's cost him huge time there in his battle against Dr. Steele. He did very, very well to keep it out of the barrier, pick up absolutely minimal damage, if anything, on his wing there.
I thought he was a goner. He was very close to very close to it going full power into that wall. It could well be a dash to the line between these two, though, if they stay this close.
Well, I'm just thinking now, because like Dr. Steele tested earlier, it doesn't matter if he loses the lead. He's going to try and fight it back now and make Billy do it one more time. Oh, there we come together, and Billy's bouncing off the barrier there. Was that a bit too opportunistic there from Dr. Steele? We'll wait and find out later down the line. Steele still missing that front right end plate. He's going to struggle with some of the left-handers. Oh, bouncing off the wall again is Dr. Steele.
They've both got right side by the looks of it.
Well, just a lap and a half to go. Things are certainly starting to spice up between these two. Dr. Steele brings up the barrier. Blue flags everywhere, meaning either gaining or lap car or just past one. These two have been fighting hard. A battle of titans. And I think this is all how it was always going to be in the end. Billy, I think, wound up P2 in the qualifying, was Dr. Steele was able to find that luscious 38 time, which propelled him into pole position. Everybody else was chasing that perfected time and just couldn't seem to find it. But now in the race, I tell you, he's not caught out, he's ready and primed for attack. It's Billy, 1-1-0-0. Oh! Big contact once again between these two as we got going on to the final lap. Oh, Billy just can't seem to find his way through. But now as we get going down in towards turn 3, nobody
Oh!
Steele's in the wall! I don't believe it!
Oh!
Steele's gone straight on in turn 3 and he's out! Massive point loss as Billy inherits the lead of the race and nobody cares. We'll make it an Audi 1-2 unless Ty Clear's got something to say about it. I can't believe that just happened.
No, he's just locked up, I think, as he turned in. The car just went straight.
Oh, that's so unlucky. Dr. Steele, after a monumental battle, has gone straight on at turn 3 and he's out of the Grand Prix.
That's huge. Last lap as well.
Oh, no way.
Battling really well. And then it comes down to that.
Can you believe it? Unbelievable.
That's genuinely surprised me. I wasn't expecting that to come at all.
Well, Aiden's making moves. He's up to P5 there, and there's some contact. I think kept the slice went into the barrier as well, and he's missing his complete front wing. But we'll take a look to the front as Billy comparing towards the line and wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix with Nobody Cares mixing an Audi 1-2 with tie clear, locking out that final podium. Dizzle, the Aston Martin, been patient all race long, lines up in 4th position, and we'll look back down to Aiden, who finishes in 5th, making it a good result for the Racing Bulls. Kev the Slice and Griffin line up 6 and 7. Alberto Tetris crossed to the line there to make it 8th position. Here comes Adam in the Red Bull. Struggled early on and struggled throughout the Grand Prix, picking up some damage and losing that wing. But as he comes towards the line, he's inside the top 10 with Pipe Tech closing it out. And there go your points finishes, I believe. Unless it's 11 now because there's, an extra team.
I've never even thought of that. I'm just so used to top 10. I think it is still top 10.
In terms of points, that's just devastating. Now, Dr. Steele will finish P13 though. He does classify for the Grand Prix. Andres and Donamo were laps, finishing not on the lead lap, so they will not inherit the 13th and 14th position away from Dr. Steele. Oh, crashing on the last lap, and he finishes outside of the points. That's just unfortunate. Donamo's left the session, but he was last anyway in P15. What a race. What a finish. Salguero crossing the line to finish us off. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah. Dr. Steele, final lap, and it's all for nothing. Oh, unfortunate. But that is racing. That is what happens. And it can all change in the blink of an eye. There we have it. Billy wins for the team Audi, bringing Nobody Cares up in P2, locking it out. A very dominant Audi weekend. They couldn't get pole, but they certainly got all the points when it was needed. Ty clear in 3rd. Dizzle, Aiden, Kev the Slice, Griffin, Alberto Tetris, Adam, and Pipe Tech doing your top 10. Just outside of that, you have Mirror, Salguero, Dr. Steele. Oh, God, you're never going to live this down. I hope you know this. You're never living this down. Andres in 14th, Costamo 15th, Jack, Meza, Hilly, and Pench to finish off your 19 competitors in this Grand Prix. Now, unfortunately, I forgot to do the interview room as well, apparently, because it's not there, and I know I forgot to set that up. So we'll have no interviews, although I would love to rub it in Steele's face about crashing on the last lap, because that's funny. That's just such a Steele move. Of all the things to happen, it happens to him. Well, Lanky, thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure to be back in the booth for Division 2 in this one-time surprise appearance. But surely, no doubt, you'll have Ashton the Brit back in the booth next week. It's been fun, to say the least. Thanks for joining me, Lanky.
No problem.
And I guess we'll see you all next week. But for now, your next load of racing is tomorrow with Division 1. Same time, same place. Be there for that.